ballad behind bars, or you could say real rock from the rock. An unusual musical happening in a most unusual place. The state prison at...
I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. It said they were suckers. They wanted me for their army or whatever. Picture me giving a damn. I said never.
Alright y'all, what's up? Namaste. How y'all doing? I know it's been a little while since my last video, so I thought I'd post another one for you. I'm doing another live episode because, quite frankly, they're a lot easier to edit because you don't. Anyway, I got my hands on this product that I wanted to share with y'all so you could take a look at something that's really pretty cool. It's a good time saver. It's from a company called CSI Wall Panels. I'll be posting a link in the comment section below this video after it posts. After I go live, it'll post to a video. I'll put it in the comment section, and I'll also post it in the description section of it. But it's CSI Wall Panels, kind of like the TV show. But you can kind of see it behind me here a little bit. These are 3D wall panels. Now they've got a ton of different kinds of wall panels, but today I'm going to just talk about the 3D wall panels that are made out of plant fibers. So this is what one of them looks like. These are about 20 inches tall by about 20 inches across. They come in these panels, and this is the thinner version of it. They come in two different thicknesses. One's a little bit more rigid than the other, and I just want to kind of show you. They're totally flexible. They're flexible so that if you want to put them on a surface that's not perfectly flat or smooth, that's okay, because they'll bend and they'll kind of conform to that shape. Now this is just one design. This is just a sample. So this is what they call the SANS pattern. But you can see it's just kind of wavy, and if you look at it from the side, you can see how these are sticking out a little bit further than some of these other ridges, you know, so it's got some depth to it. It's a really cool product. These are actually made out of recycled materials, so you know, for everybody that's interested in the environmentally friendly products and things like that, this definitely fits that bill. But I've done some accent walls in my house before. I've done them in the form of, on my bedroom wall, we made an accent wall. We actually did that out of wood. It was snap lock flooring kind of material that we used on that to give it sort of a wood look. We did that in the bedroom and in the bathroom, and that made a nice accent wall. In my dining room, I'm sure you can go find some other videos on there. I also did some wainscoting. I made it a 5-foot tall wainscoting, and it was a quick and cheap version, relatively speaking, to what you can find as far as, you know, pre-built panels and things like that. But with these panels, you can get a super modern look. You can get something far more complicated than just your standard, I don't know, let's build a box, or let's make it look like a picture frame or whatever. You can do so much more with these. They have so many more different options with these, and it's so easy to put on. Really, behind me, I'll let you take a look. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way and stand up instead. But you can see I just took a piece of Luan here. I'm starting a headboard. This is going to be a headboard for behind our bed in our bedroom. So it's taller than the one we have. The one we have is so short, and it's so, I don't know, it's just kind of in the background. You don't even notice it. It just blends right in. Half of the time we don't even realize we have a bed and a headboard and all that with it. But this is going to be the new headboard. This is just a simple sheet of Luan. Now Luan is just a 1/4 inch thick board. So it's really lightweight, but it comes in 4 foot by 8 foot sheets. And then I'll lean it forward so you can see. But then to construct this and give it some rigidity, but not add a ton of weight, I put 2x2s all around the whole perimeter of that board, and then put some ribbing going down the back to make it rigid, but at the same time, like I said, not add a ton of weight to it. It makes it a lot easier to move. I mean, you can pick this thing up pretty easily. It's really simple. So to decorate it, there's a lot of different ways. A lot of people have different headboard videos, but with this, it's really simple. I'm just going to put these panels all over it, and the way they attach is you just use some construction adhesive and a caulk gun. No special tools, no special fasteners, none of that required. It's really simple. You just flip the panel over to the back. This is the back side, and you apply a bead of your construction adhesive to the areas that are going to make contact with the wall or the board or whatever it is that you're attaching these to. So when you do that, then you want to make sure that your pattern, which this is the 2 ends here, that they're going to meet up with the next one setting to it. All right. You're also, when you apply this and you put it on, you're going to leave about 1/8 of an inch gap between the 2 boards. Now, the cool thing about these is when they come in the box, then they usually come in boxes of about 30 square feet. They include some spacers with it so that you don't have to measure out each and every one of them. And these cut really easily. Again, you don't have to have any special tools, so when you get to the end of a run, instead of having to put it on a saw or, you know, use some sort of a specialty tool to cut it like you would with a thicker wood or even a metallic product, you can cut these with some heavy-duty scissors. It's really simple. You can just go right down and cut it. You can even take a knife and score it like a razor knife and just snap it off. Again, this is a very thin, very flexible material. So the ease of installation with these panels, the versatility, the different designs that you can get, all of that makes this just a great product to be able to do a project like a wainscoting, to do a headboard, obviously, to do an accent wall on one wall in your house. You can even put these on ceilings, and they make these to look sort of like bricks. They make them to look kind of like wood planks. They have different wave patterns. They have geometric patterns. So a lot of it, it seems to be more of a modern type look. So I highly recommend going and checking them out. But to speak more about the project that I've got going here, when I get all these panels put on here, and again, they just go on with simple construction adhesive. There's not much expense or special tools to it. Once I get all these put on here, I'm just going to run a bead of caulk in all of these joints, and then you can just use your finger and wipe it away, and all that does is smooth over that crack. You need to leave that little space in between it because these are made from like plant and material fibers and wood fibers, things like that, so they may have a certain degree of expansion and contraction with differences in changes in heat and cold and higher humidity, lower humidity, things like that. So you need to leave that little bit of gap because if they're touching, then they may buckle and try and pop off. So you leave that gap, you caulk that gap, and then this is completely paintable. You can paint over it with any kind of paint. You can use spray paint, you can try and roll it on, you can brush it on, but these are strictly interior. They don't make these exterior yet. Now they may come out with some versions of that, but these specifically, this is for the interior. So it's not going to be exposed to any high humidity or shouldn't be exposed to any extreme temperatures unless your AC goes out. You know, it is 100 degrees outside right now down here in the swamp. But anyway, then I'm going to paint this whole thing. Now what I'm thinking is that I'm going to paint this whole thing like a matte black, and then I'm going to go back and take another pattern, maybe some kind of a, I don't know, you could take something like a fleur-de-lis, some sort of pattern like that, and you could set it over it, and then you could spray paint some chrome over that. You know, there's all kinds of things. That seems to be everybody's style now, is doing little inlays and things like that.
But you can just come through here and just paint this totally white. You don't have to paint it. It has sort of this manila kind of color looking to it right now. You don't have to paint it if you don't want to, but I think for me, to make it look more like a cohesive unit and bring all the panels together, which is ultimately what you want to do, I definitely want to paint this. Let's see what you've got to say. That's neat. That is neat. You're right, Shonetta. I think these are totally cool. They're relatively inexpensive. I'm not going to get into pricing on here and do all that, but as far as what you accomplish with it, how fast it goes on, how easy it is to apply, it doesn't require any special tools. You could take a plain Jane wall in your house and make it a showpiece. It's very fast, very easy, relatively cheap. I think this is just an excellent product. I wanted to share it with you guys. And again, I haven't been on here in a while, and I apologize. I've been super busy. I've got some more videos coming. They're in the works, but summertime's kind of my off season. But this I had to definitely share with you. I thought this was just too cool. Now the other cool thing, when you turn this into a headboard and you've decorated it with these panels, again, these are super lightweight. This backboard that I've made is super lightweight. What I'm going to do, rather than try and reconfigure my bed frame to attach to this and bolt in, screw in, all that, or trying to screw it to the wall, this is light enough that it's kind of like a large canvas picture. So all I'm going to do is go in and pull my bed away from the wall a little bit, place 2 Hercules hooks, which I use those all the time. They go straight into the wall, a Hercules hook over here and over here, and I'm just going to let it hook on the back side of this. I'm just going to hang this on the wall behind my bed, just like a picture, just like a framed canvas picture. So again, it doesn't add the weight. It's super fast, it's super easy, it's cheap, you can paint it, it's bendable, it's versatile. I'll tell you another idea I have, because I actually have a couple of extra panels left over. So when I get done, rather than just trash those or just set them around somewhere where they're going to collect dust, I've got a wall sconce on either side of my bed mounted in the wall in our bedroom. Since these are flexible, and I've already held these up to a bright light so that I know it works. Since these are flexible, I'm going to bend them around kind of like this in a U shape. I'll show you like that. And then stand these up like that so that the light can come out of the top and out of the bottom, and it also provides kind of a warm glow through this before you paint it. Now if you want to attach these to the wall to go around a sconce to make sort of a shade, and then that'll tie into the whole theme you've got going with the waves here, you can paint it solid if you want to. You can paint it a color, and then you're not going to get nearly as much light showing through, if any at all. Or you can just, again, go through and lightly paint these white, and you're going to get some light pass through these. They're almost translucent. So that's going to tie in, and then there's no waste. And I don't have a bunch of extra pieces laying around that I'm not going to use or that I'm trying to give away. Change direction of panels to look like patchwork on a quilt. Yes, that's a great idea. See, I've got this one going sideways. I could run this one up here like that, and then it almost becomes a checkerboard pattern, or like you said, a patchwork quilt. Again, the versatility of these panels is just phenomenal. And like I said, a lot of you may be looking at this wave pattern and thinking, oh, that's really not my style. There's something that they have that you will like. Trust me, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe there's about 13 or 14 different styles of just these 3D wall panels. They also do custom 3D wall panels. There's a ton of stuff on their website. This is not the only thing they have. Go check them out, CSIWallpanels.com. I'm going to put links on my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. I'm going to go through and put links to the website in the description section of this video below after it posts. I want you guys to go check it out. You can place your order directly on their website. It's just a killer idea. I think it's completely unique. They're bound to come out with more styles and varying styles here before too long. I think it's pretty awesome. So again, construction adhesive, no special tools, no special trim required unless you want to put trim around it. You certainly can. Completely paintable, lightweight, flexible. Go check them out, guys. CSIWallpanels.com. As far as more videos coming up, I do have some in the works. Again, stay tuned. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing it on social media. I appreciate all the comments. We'll see you next time. Take care.